each other, we're going to end up on fairly different territories between all of the best of threes that they've gone up against one another. And you can see those 1x bet odds, they're fairly close, albeit with an advantage to GODSENT, or to Extra Soul, rather.
Oh, 3 sets of utility on Extra Soul. That's interesting. Not as sure what I think about that. Of course, in a map like Inferno, a lot more possibilities offered to you to go for a fake or something. You know, 3 sets of utility, not something you're expecting on the CT side. You're more likely to fall for a fake if that's what you're going for. And post plans become a lot easier. So
yeah, we'll clearly have a plan at least. Gives them a bit more versatility as well. So if they wanted to go for like a fake exec over towards B, maybe draw some rotations, then, you know, throw the 1 smoke over towards Moto. Gives them a couple of options into the mid round, but not receiving any sort of pressure. Extra Soul playing within these bomb sites. You can see OC with that smoke primed and ready to go over at B. And maybe that's the protocol that they're trying to prevent.
Sonic's move back into the back of the bomb site. That's where the secondary flash is going to keep him completely blind. OC's found 1 in the meanwhile. Sonic's going to keep fighting away as well. The pillar's being used perfectly, and OC's been given time, but he can't quite land the shot. Zoom out overwhelms, and Sonic's been found as well. Now they've got another smoke for CT for the post plan if they'd like to use it. JT's right around the corner with the kit, so they prioritize resmoking Coffin instead of CT. That's quite interesting.
You know, keep JT at least at bay for a little longer, and so now doubling up spawn, they're going to try and move in.
Marky's gone already. Taco's peeking out for more, but he can't find it. Duma's got to take it away, and JT left alone in a 1v3. Was an absolute machine yesterday. A 180 rating, but this isn't how it'll start off for him.
Yeah, a really difficult retake, and actually that coffin smoke being deployed when it was, JT, you could see, just couldn't do anything from his position. They didn't want to triple up for that spawn peak because they're just funneling through a choke point. It was a little awkward there for GODSENT on the execute, though. They throw the 2 smokes, they throw the flashes over, and then they're all just sort of bundled up together around the side of the B entrance smoke, because they try and go run past it, but they don't actually pace themselves into the bomb site very effectively. So they took a lot of damage, making it a little bit more contestable there for Extra Soul.
I mean, not to mention the fact that OC and Sonic both are... Sonic less so, OC, but definitely had a few chances to finish off the player. Could have been a lot worse for them.
Well, at the start of this round, OC went for deep peeks down mid, and he's been taken to low HP as a result. Taco's not waiting around, bro. As soon as that smoke is thrown, just runs right into them. Second player will find the kill, so Sonic keeps a little bit of a hand on this B bomb site, but Phelps will be too much to ask for. Does that be a priority call here to save here on the side of Extra Soul? Those nades could be lined up, hoping to finish off the job on some tags. But no cigar. Yeah, that's where Extra Soul will call it quits.
You gotta love the Mac 10. Honestly, just the kind of happiness that you get internal to yourself just with the entire, hey, I'm just gonna run by you, shoot a full magazine into your face. Why not? Tackle finding the first kill is very important, and obviously OC without having much HP was never going to be particularly large of a factor in things, so the B defense had to come down a few good deagle shots, which aren't able to materialize.
Yeah, I rate that from Taco. I think I'm with you. You know, he doesn't wait for even a split second. As soon as that smoke is thrown, it's go time.
It's like, wait, what? You think a smoke's gonna... Do you know what I have in my hand?
This doesn't scare me.
I have got a pristine $1,050 Mac 10, a submachine gun taken out of the future to show you what it's like to feel excruciating pain from a highly mobile target. Whew.
I feel like you're over-describing that. I feel like you just could have kept it simple.
All right, run and shoot. Pew, pew.
There we go.
GODSENT, however, are looking to do a little bit less of the running and shooting. Taco, however, he knows where his loyalties lie. He's stuck to the Mac 10. Although, maybe not. Just
yeah, no, it's in Lada's hands, so...
He's
like, do like I did in that last round. Channel your inner Taco. And now, this will be a good round to do it as well. This B bomb site has received a stack here from the CTs, 4 players in position. So if Lado were leading the charge, he'd quickly suss that one out. But Dumao's just getting all the opportunities to peek into angle after angle, crosshair placement on point. And well, it's JT finding that 1 kill. They know where he's at, but Phelps gives him the fight. Will win it as well. No problems here for GODSENT here in the 3rd round. OC once again, scout in hand. and actually has a kit to potentially save over. The team might be saying, hey, man, look for some of these impact kills. We can't let that money get away.
Yeah, especially because, you know, they've probably upgraded into those rifles in this spot. OC almost makes him go, oh, no, but not quite. Yeah, they actually lose 2 rifles because Lado isn't able to recover a Galil or anything in the meanwhile. So that's significant. Not going to pretend like it isn't. Puts the T-side economy in a place where, hey, you lose 2 rounds, and then Extra Salt can maybe start climbing back. OC's got an AWP as well as Kevlar and a flashbang. This is a pretty good buy as far as things go from the CT side, honestly.
Yeah.
Now, I hate the fact that they've got no kits on them, but at the same time, you know what? Head armor costs $350. You didn't have that extra $50. It's fine to prioritize the utility.
Phelps is so close. Both of them have smokes.
Oh, they're gone, Michael. They're gone. JD and Sonic already found, and sure, OC's there for the quick trade, but there's still enough utility left on the T side to be able to force him off the angle multiple times over.
They were both setting up nades, and that is perfect for Phelps. That's exactly the impact they were looking for. First gun round, and Extra Salt down this heavy man advantage. Now it has to be the OT supremacy.
Oh, no, it doesn't, Michael. He doesn't have head armor, so the Galil just acts as an AK. But even better, because you tilt your opponent as well.
Oh, man, that's going to feel like such a wasted round there from Extra Salt.
Oh, yeah.
Just when they're trying to set up for a bit of space over towards Banana, they didn't realize that Phelps was right under their nose.
Especially because that's a smoke that became popularized a lot more back in like early 2020, maybe even mid 2019. I can't put an exact pin on it. And quite a few players like to go for that creep through, use it as a one-way smoke. And most teams had become used to keeping an eye out for that. You know, you'd have a player checking in for that push and so. And I'm sure Extra Assault realizes that too, but just being caught off guard by it, it's one of those things that has fallen out of favor a little bit more.
But not to mention, I think as well, that I think that smoke was fading. So Phelps was just kind of sitting inside of it, and he had this small opportunity where as it's fading, he just sees 2 players out in front of him. So couldn't tell if he was just sitting on the edge of the smoke. Didn't feel like he was all the way in it. So whether it was dissipating or if he was just navigating around the edge, either way, Extra Salt weren't prepared. And so that first gun round is a pretty speedy one at that, in spite of the fact that they were able to get 1 kill in response. GODSENT do just end up collapsing on that site. Really good start here from GODSENT. I do appreciate the pace that they've come into this game with. They haven't been waiting around for late round scenarios. No sneaky plays can be established into the apartments just yet. Been very Banana and B-side focused.
OC and Marquis, they're actually in a very solid position to be able to use Marquis' M4 and maybe even get a quick multi-kill because of that big boost he's found. Question is he going to... Oh, okay. Doesn't quite get timing for a second there. Got scared. Molotov goes down under. And that doesn't actually land at all. So they've got a bit more time to maintain OC's position. But he still chooses against it. Doesn't really want to try and play around with that idea. Marky, in the meanwhile, a little bit more aggressive there. Has to be careful. They're pre-firing that, or at least trying to. Phelps had that in mind. OC reveals his position with a quick deagle shot to be ringing out. And Extra Salt's rotation back to B could be the sign of a big missed opportunity. Marquis found one, drops off, has time to back off as well. OC right next to him gets a quick one. The 1D's gonna keep going, and Marquis the one covering. This is a perfect round from the 2 of them. 3 kills for the rifle already secured, and Dumao can't help but find himself in a 1v4. Finds the first and can plant the bomb, at least fake it out, but they're not pushing into him. Dumao's got to commit. Both these rifles are going to face him soon, and 5 seconds on the clock, and that's when he gets knocked out. What a round for Marky and OC to be able to bring together.
Yeah, just bouncing off of each other, and OC realizing exactly what he has to do with Marky still having that saved M4, just acting as this open piece of bait hanging in front of GODSENT as they're trying to get up short. They need to deal with OC, otherwise if they just try and shoot Marky, then that Deeg can get those kills in quite easily. That was on a round as well where Extra Salt felt like they had the read. You know, that missed Molotov over towards short, that felt like standard procedures for GODSENT to take brackets control, and so that's why they were looking to reinforce. But as soon as they threw that molly mid, that's when they start to reconsider. So much nade damage at the start of this round, and then double nade on the corner actually finds them an opening kill. GODSENT man up.
I mean, I might be wrong, but I think that could have even been a triple nade, with the third one being slightly staggered. But like I said, I could be wrong about that one.
Double, triple, the man went boom.
Indeed, and he has indeed just been destroyed. Marky, though, on this A-bomb side, is going to be trying to use the smoke to be able to funnel out any fights towards short. But guess what, Marky? There are no fights towards short because they're all already on the bomb side. Taco's dead and out. Marky inside the smoke is weaving and bumping, but it's in a boxing match. JT realizes that, and that's why he comes in and smacks him from behind. JT moving up with smoke towards Moto is going to be giving them a bit more time on the T side to try and isolate out this duel to short. But what's the plan going to be? Barden reveals his position. Phelps in the corner as well. JT sees the head and he's got it down. Immediately a Molotov pulled out. Could be able to isolate Phelps soon, but he's just trying to stay away from the pit, and that's why. Lado finds him and takes him down. Barden's still ticking away, but Fang's already died in the meanwhile, and OC in the close range has to get a shot. What a shot from him coming through the quick scope as well, but this round's already impossible. OC's going to be pushed in towards. There's so much damage to be dealt, and as he jumps up, he's got the kill, but he doesn't have time to get away either. The AWP is gone.
Man, that's such a solid effort as well, just coming in from short. You could see Extra Salt had that man advantage, but firm hold and sticking true to that crossfire, even with the utility that's inside of the bomb site. You saw how awkward that was for Barden because he was burning alive. And in spite of the best efforts of OC there, just having too little time to play off of. If he had maybe a teammate with him, just a little slow progress there from Extra Salt as they were still trying to ascertain all of the GODSENT positions on the post plant. After winning a round that, you know, maybe they shouldn't, the reinforced buy doesn't see that much more success. Ooh. Well, don't know that Dumal will try that one too many more times over. Just peeks out, tries to go around that smoke and meets the Deegs. I think they're a little unsure about where this AK's gone off to. Okay, Sonic's grabbed a hold of it. They can get away with this one. Okay, never mind, they can't.
Yeah, definitely can't, Michael. That's right. And hold off on the analogy for now because Fang's already down, and now JT is left very lonely, wondering, hey, what the hell, guys? You didn't get any kills from me. What am I going to do here?
I believe that AK may be cursed. Everybody that's held it has been...
That is true.
This has caught a bullet to the head.
Might be time for it to just stay on the sidelines for a while longer. Unfortunately, not too much unlike Extra Salt in this round, who will be on the sidelines for at least this one. Marky, maybe an opportunity to find some damage, a quick kill, but that opportunity is gone because he says, guys, you know what, maybe I can get a nade in. Unfortunately, he can't. Not without dying, at least.
Where'd the AK go? Oh no, they threw it away, perhaps.
Probably for the best in all fairness.
Yep.
If that curse is anything like what you're saying, Michael, I would want to be rid of it. Maybe that's why Extra Salt are looking for it, so they can just throw it away.
Nah, they're not superstitious like that. They don't know what we know.
Yeah, that's the problem with being a player in the game. There's so much information you're not getting that the casters can see. Things like, things like X-ray, things like minimap and being able to see all the rotations. Things like bad juju. You just don't know. That's what an analyst is truly for. They can come over here, break down the voodoo magic that goes into an AK sometime. But right now, voodoo magic must have gone into this round. GODSENT come away with only a single player loss. And with that, they have rid themselves of a curse as well. 6-1, and it really does seem like the curse has been on Extra Salt and throughout.
Yeah. And while they might not be able to grab hold of that bad Juju AK, they are hoping with this follow-up buy to put an end to the razzle-dazzle that GODSENT have applied to this game. They've got these 6 rounds already on this T side. They've already caught and exploited so many timings here on the side of Extra Salt, where nades and utility are being pulled out, even in the rounds where they don't have the most of it. So Extra Salt, they call this time out. They understand that this game could very well slip out of their favor. I mean, you already see a pretty hot start from Phelps, which yesterday wasn't the case. We were noting that he got off to a bit of a slow roll when we saw him in the Group B debut. Did take him long to get back online, to be fair, but the rest of the squad on the side of GODSENT is going to be as quick to pounce on these bomb sites as that, all while having Phelps getting a high level of impact. And Extra Salt are going to have to bring that A game. So maybe a little pep talk, a little motivational speech. See what this gun round brings.
I think they need a bit more than a pep talk or motivational speech. They need a plan going into it. Saw before they had a good read earlier, but now they sped up over to B. They go on GODSENT side. There's 3 players to greet him, but who's gonna shake his hand first? Taco peeks out. OC's got one. Sonic doubles up, and a Molotov behind his dead body might have been nicely placed, but OC decides against it. JT's just fighting back in the meanwhile, and the stack that Extra Salt had assembled is working out perfectly. Still, a 2-on-4 where a lot of damage can be dealt. The CT side, however, are doing their best to mitigate. Molotov to the back off the bomb site to Coffin. Barton now. OC.
Trailed back into the flames.
Yeah, sometimes that's the only way you can be a trailblazer, Michael.
I'll flash from behind, so Barton knows that there's a flank available. Markey taking deep stairs instead. Actually throwing a T-side Molotov, or a smoke rather.
Oh, that might actually work out really nicely for Barton's favor. It is going to be a bit of a one-way. So Markey, he's being smart about this, not peeking, not giving him a chance to get anything. And with Barton's HP being where it is, he has the advantage even with the M4. So do really appreciate that. Barton though, shooting pass. He's been caught out. Markey's going to shut him down, and Extra Salt keep 4 players alive. So that's quite nice for them. They still aren't out in the clear waters yet. GODSENT still have enough money for one more buy, but because of a couple of more chaotic rounds, they're not in a place where they can't be reset. So Extra Salt still has the opportunity to maybe flip things around and maybe even squeak out the half win.
Yeah, another successful hold there from Extra Salt, where they're just able to contain them to 1 choke point. We haven't seen too much craziness here on the side of GODSENT. This is a little out of the ordinary, though. Markey down middle. No one's here to spot it.
I'm not expecting this whatsoever, but now Markey's been able to see where the bomb is as well. Knows that there's a second player around the corner, and there goes Phelps, but only if Markey hit the shot instead. So you know what? I'll just take the bomb.
I'm just gonna molly you out.
Thank you very much. Molotov as well. Good luck down there. Oh no! Oh no! I'm in the stove! OC, at the very least, he's gonna be able to move back, get a little bit of seasoning. GODSENT, so far, can't find anything. And you know what they say, Michael? Kill the chef. But they just can't.
What was this round?
Interesting.
Markey's down mid. They're actually kind of prepared for it. I think the player that's coming in from the underpass in Phelps might have heard some steps. So you could see with the bomb, I think it was Dumao that was just like holding for Markey to peek. And then Phelps, as he's about to swing up and deal with Markey, he gets flashed, so he has to sit down. Oh, that whole sequence from Markey's perspective is just chaos. But a chance to stabilize now for Extra Salt. A little bit of an unorthodox round in the last, but now GODSENT don't exactly have the most comfortable buy. A lot of pistols and the solitary SMG.
I mean, Michael, isn't that what we're all looking for in life? It's a little bit of stability. You know, not asking for too much. But Phelps, he's asking for a lot right now in these brackets. He's already moved past the flashbang to see if he can assist out in a quick peek from the apartments players. Are feeling that just to try and keep the pit player a little bit busier. A few nice flashes from OC as he's still focused in on these arches to make sure no one can funnel through. GODSENT's looking for damage, but they might get more than that. It all comes down to whether or not they can take down Fang. He plays from this position very often, and he's found out because of it. OC's got 2 somehow. Marky even finds 1 inside the smoke, but the same can happen to you, buddy. Back to a 2v2. JD's been solid on this position, and Phelps turns around at the worst possible time. He's still not taking a peek down short, and as he starts to move, it's Sonny to catch him on the back of his head. Lado, oh my goodness, he is already looking like he wants this. Lado with a double 1-tap. Why the hell not? GODSENT, a round they had no right to win, has been taken away and make it look easy.
Oh, come on, Lado. That is styling on him. Had the position on both of the last remaining players and just swing 1 bullet each. Thank you very much. That's a big round to win out. One that they had no right to. You're absolutely right. Not exactly a strong buy, but just using overwhelming forces. Now trying to pick up the pace. They're taking so much damage to utility. Taco already brought down to 44. And now they reconsider their options, instead maybe setting up for an exec over on this site.
And you can see the minimap. Extra Salt are just swarming their way back in towards B. They should be here at a pretty decent time, but Sonic have to be careful. That flashbang overhead, he's moved past a Molotov, trying to use the smoke for a while longer to peek through, but JD's actually been blinded by his own team. Phelps is going to be able to have that 1v1 isolated because of it, and Barden, baby. He knows. JD, you can't just be in the same position 4 times over.
Yeah, these spams from both of these squads, you could see that there's been that homework coming into this game.
Yeah.
Both of them have had some really solid reads on smoke timings as well as the spams.
Even Fang's position on A, because I know he really likes to play that behind the pillar box. I don't even know what that's called, to be honest. I just call it left corner box. The way they were positioned in the previous round inside mini pit, where they're not moving past the hay cart, you could tell Fang was just bloody well frustrated about that. And that was just a beautiful little maneuver from GODSENT where they recognized that tendency.
Man, nice clean round for GODSENT. They're already seeing a lot of success here on this T side, but
yeah,
that low eco or the low buy win.
And I mean, not to mention
even more
that even in this round, we started off with them being naded down pretty heavily. So it's not a terrible start for Extra Assault. Sure, they give a banana control, but it's all for free. But Extra Assault isn't given a chance to potentially retake it either. And when Sonic doesn't get a single kill, yeah, it gets all the more difficult.
Yeah, I think they're starting to recognize as well that B-bomb site may need that extra support. Now, 3rd man over. Again, nades do a lot of damage at the start of this round. COC fancied a bit of a peek, but that smoke will disrupt. Trying to get for the boost. Instead, Lato's nade could do quite a bit of damage. They're not going to peek into it.
Back to the peek directly out into the open, and his spray's a little bit off. First bullet not quite where it needed to be, and Marky's happy to take advantage of that damage and find Taco, but Dumo might not be located by anyone. They are going to be clearing it out, but it's a lackluster clear, and Dumo takes advantage. He's low, and that's where JT can be the backstabber. Numbers advantage maintained, but with Marky isolated away in the apartments, the bomb's down, and Lado's looking to turn around and get out a couple more 1-taps.
I'm here for it. If he delivers more, I might just lose my mind.
If he does, they're going to be losing their heads for sure.
They've got so much utility for this retake. Extra Assault just have to pick up the pace.
I need to start moving in. That's where the first Molotov comes through. It's a close one coming in. Lado, however, he's managed to duck right out. And if there's a second molly to be used, or rather nades, it'll be too late. Lado's come in, gets himself the first. Phelps as well, doubles up, and OC's locked away. He can't funnel through the library. GODSENT against a full double belt of utility and a man advantage. They just play out that 2v3 perfectly. They're really good at these post-round situations. I mean, the kind of coordination between them, I really have to respect the fact that Lado and Phelps are, playing off of each other so nicely.
I mean, it's a really solid timing to hit as well, right? As soon as Lado gets that first kill, he actually starts getting spammed to the cold zero angle, and that's exactly when Phelps goes out to swing. So yeah, just bouncing off of one another, understanding who was likely to take that first port of contact, especially in that post plant, and then OC just couldn't get the progress. I will say Extra Assault it does feel like they're being extra cautious in a lot of these rounds for these retakes, where, you know, if something does go wrong in that manner, I feel like OC is just so detached from the action in terms of getting engaged in that retake. And
look, Michael, I don't want to. You know, I'll whip the next comparatively low eco round for this one. It's a bit of a longer point potentially, and we might be about to have some action down in middle, because you can see Phelps is getting a little bit tetchy about where he wants to go. OC this time is going to be the one to combine forces with Fang to contest. His forces might not be too great as far as defensively concerned, but a good flashbang could have given him an opportunity. Phelps, however, dodges it out completely. Fang fakes out the audio cue, so he realizes when Phelps starts pre-firing while turning around that, okay, I probably shouldn't peek this. I know what Phelps can do with a nutty swing.
Yeah, showed him a bit of shoulder, and that was enough.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't want to take these fights. Hasn't had exactly the most confident showings in these duels.
Yeah, and it's a bit like Tinder. You show a bit of shoulder and he goes crazy. Taco, however, getting ready for a quick pop over in towards that A bomb site. Marky's been solid from this position before. OC's doubling up right where they've had success in the past as well. The first kill to come through, incendiaries as well to keep them at bay, and they can't push in. Neither are their Molotovs been effective at isolating out these duels either. Marky's still alive and kicking. OC's got another before he goes down. Marky now can continue the defense with a fantastic spray transfer, and now a third walks into him. Dumao, sure, gets the kill, gets the frag, but can't get the round. GODSENT still stuck at 9.
Yeah, based on the timing and the way that Extrasalt were able to contain them onto short for such a long period of time, you could already see that was shaping up to be a very successful hold there from Extrasalt. Of course, those kills from Marky are crucial in terms of just securing the round there for the CT side, but they did enough to delay that the B side could get involved. They started to make those rotations in, and GODSENT, you know, so much about executes on the T side comes down to pacing and actually getting in towards the site. They just couldn't find the access point.
Good nade as well.
Yeah, the spam was on top as did a lot of damage as well.
Yeah. And they've been good about getting that early nade damage towards Banana, but GODSENT just detached himself, say, all right, you've given it up, why not? We're just going to be fine with it. Some spam down mid could have been a little bit better place for Marky if he just raised his crosshair a bit, but I think he was going for the quick one for the underpass. Now will be force back courtesy of the short molly.
Taco has been catching a lot of nades, just reflecting on previous rounds. Not this time, but...
Yeah, Marky, however, is catching bullets, which turns out to be a little bit worse. Phelps and company still trying to move in as well. Fang alive as he's trying to keep them away. However, being locked out into a difficult position, he's going to be forced to stay in that corner. Can't even think about moving out, at least not yet. Double incendiary available for the CTs for this retake if they would like to start deploying it, but nothing so far.
I mean, you just have to go for this. You've got the util, you've got the weapons. It's all about lining them up successfully. Molotov is going to not actually flush out Phelps. He's chilling.
Taco and Phelps, both of them are actually still going to be perfectly fine. Not a single Molotov actually forcing a player out of position. Phelps, however, has been isolated. Taco's missed a shot, but a deagle straight to the body of Fang is enough. However, not enough to win out the round. Extrasalt this time are able to play out their utility perfectly. Even if the Molotovs aren't able to force out the players, they force them into very specific angles where they can't be anywhere other than there. So it does end up working out for them.
Limits positions instead of dealing damage, which is also another big advantage to having that much utility to hold on to. Overall, much better there on the retake for Extrasalt, not only in the fact that they're able to line up all that utility in time so that even if it doesn't have the impact that they're looking for, they still have about half of the bomb timer to go, which is more than enough, especially when they've got those kits. And it knocks back GODSENT back onto awkward buy territory. This is the last round of the half, so getting themselves up to 6 would be a decent recovery for the half. Especially considering GODSENT were kind of composed to take this pretty convincingly.
Okay. This might still be able to convince me, Michael. You know? You got a couple of kills like that, but OC's hoping to respond. Still Only good for one
for
so
Fang.
far. Fang's position, however, that flashbang's what forces him to turn away. That was from his own teammate, so maybe not working out for him. OC again now aggressive, but Phelps himself is able to get on the super box. OC prevents the bomb from being planted, and they don't realize it, but Sonic's coming in from the back lines. He might be able to get a quick frag. Has to be careful though, because Taco's keeping an eye out for it. OC trying to get aggressive and prevent the bomb from being planted yet again, but it just isn't possible. GODSENT get another low eco buy, and they send us to a break as we wait to see whether Extra Salt can bring it back in the second half. And we're back into things. GODSENT came through with a rockin' half buy and Extra Salt. Well, the problem with rockin' half buys is, Michael, someone's got to get rocked. And right now, Extra Salt are looking pretty stony.
You can get rocks of salt, right?
That's true. They actually are quite good looking as well. And they're great as decoration pieces, but they're absolutely useless, much like Extra Salt has been so far in the 7.
Damn. Didn't have to do them quite like that. Might make him a little extra salty. Yeah, not exactly the CT side that they were looking for. A lot of lost rounds where it felt like they were just getting hit by solid timings by GODSENT. So see if they can redeem themselves here on this T side of things. Of course, it's not as though we're missing out on that firepower department. COC and Markey kind of leading the charge in that respect. Problem is they're having to deal with Phelps, who's got 18 kills so far coming away from that first half. A lot of utility here for GODSENT on the CT pistol. But look at Extra Salt. They're just trailing their way in towards the apartments.
Yeah, and Lado's one of those freaks who goes for CZs in a pistol round, so he might be able to get a lot done here. He sees the head, going for the headshot, but can't quite get it. Lado drills back instead. More concerned about the peek out from apartments, and that's why Sonic, Marky, and JD all just overwhelm in every way imaginable. GODSENT had a pretty damn good-looking pistol. An Extra Assault are looking to replicate. Dumao and Taco have got plenty of utility. A kid in front of Taco as well, so possibilities open. Likelihood of getting it back, though, a little bit less so.
Ooh, pretty meaty nade. Of course, all that utility does trail forward here for GODSENT. They've actually gone and recovered that kit as well, but yeah, they're tapping out. They realize that the numbers are too many. Extra Assault with a lot of solid entries all in all. And while we are maybe focused on Lado with that CZ, he gets a whole lot of nothing, which is great news there for Extra Assault, because if he had found the timing peeking into those apartments, just, you know, see those heads trickling on by, they would have had a better read on the situation quicker, and, you know, there's that potential where he just shoots players in the side of the head as well.
Be honest, Michael, how long have you been wanting to say a whole lot of nothing?
Not that long, to be honest. It only just came to me.
Really? Because I've been thinking about it all game long. But of course, Extra Assault looking good on playing a little bit more of a faster paced play style.
Yeah, I remember pretty successful.
Yes, I remember reading an interview from, I believe it might have been one of the players from BNB, where they talked about how Extra Assault has had a lot more international success because of their style of play, that it has a lot more set plays integrated into it. And I found that as a very interesting kind of point of narrative to take forward about them. We're gonna have to wait to see what kind of set plays they can bring together. Of course, Inferno is one of those where both defaulting and set strats can work out pretty nicely. And so far, the default for GODSENT has gone pretty well. They found 2 initially, and Barden himself not looking too hot.
A little worried there for JT. I think he took 30 damage from a nade by his teammate, so the scout could have almost finished off the job. And he survives.
I think a scout always has 70 damage at the very minimum, right?
Well, I'm having 20 damage then.
Okay. Sonic trying to move inwards, but Barden and Lado have found themselves too. Lado's still alive. This is getting dangerous, but he's missed a few shots, and that's the chance gone. Lado could have done a lot more damage, forced the bomb down in front of him, maybe even gets another kill before he goes down. Hell, maybe gets 2. But GODSENT, they'll have to be stuck back down to 10. Michael, just to talk about something that I mentioned to you in the halftime break,
Sure.
Extra Assault are playing incredibly different to how they played yesterday. And look, you understand it. They realistically, it sucks to say this, but they probably don't see Triumph as viable competition. For Triumph, they have to earn that respect, and that makes sense.
And they're still in a rebuilding process as well.
Absolutely. Losing their IGL not too long ago, of all things, but unfortunately, that still doesn't mean that you'd play this passively against GODSENT. You saw so many rounds where, actually, hold the point, because Lado and Barden have again come through with some important kills. This is going to be decent damage dealt. In fact, being as low as he is, you could see another kill going their way.
Now, do they believe that there is uno mas in this B bomb site? That's the big concern. You can see they're not really speeding things up just yet. Phelps, of course, towards those new boxes, could get Molotov'd out, and in fact, the Molotov will go over to the first oranges. Reinforcements is coming, though. Taco's not going to leave the man out to dry.
Thanks got a smoke to be able to re-smoke out CT as well. Phelps inside does end up going down, and there goes Taco. So, all right, nothing really ventured there from Extra Assault. They do lose out a couple of players, but they're fine with it. They can rebuy pretty easily. But yeah, just to finish up the point I was mentioning, then playing this passively, where it felt like there wasn't a single round where they went for an aggressive play outside of Marky down mid, and even that was just, that was all over the place. Did look a little bit concerning.
Mm-hmm. Well, now rifles are out here for GODSENT. We get this ball rolling nice and early for Extra Assault on the T side. Of course, they're trying to make that resurgence. Is this where GODSENT start to shut things out? Because lose this gun round, and Extra Assault are likely to tie things up, and all that pressure starts to mount on you, Brazilian boys. Well, Molly in the apartments. Barton has forced Markey off of his angle, trying to get a little bit cheeky with it, hoping to spot players in towards Moto. Another Molotov in as smokes are being deployed instead over towards Library. Double smoked in from Extra Salt. They really want to prioritize that control, and Phelps has actually plucked out a player on that wrap.
Oh god, Taco's in such a dangerous position. He's relying purely on Barton to not be swarmed down, and Barton's now down and out. Some more teammates come in to provide some support, but they won't be able to funnel through Library yet. So already sight has been given up, but Sonic gotta be careful. He can't actually move out of mini pit for a second. He's got a single point of HP, nowhere to go, but Phelps is down to the flames. So back to a 2v2, and Sonic's been given the time to rotate around into the pit itself. No grenade, so you can't take him down, but maybe just a smoke chucked at him.
Yeah. They're gonna smoke. They were smoking out that position as well. Sonic, the reposition is absolutely perfect, and now this crossfire is so hard to break down here for Lado.
Oh, he looks like he's got the priorities right, but he moves in onto the bomb site, trying to find Sonic as well. He's played it so well, but he just can't land the shots. Sonic, I mean, honestly, that 2v2 all in all is just played perfectly on either side.
Yeah.
The fact that Sonic is able to rotate back from pit into mini pit again after recognizing that, okay, Phelps' demise means that there's no one coming up through arches. They're probably rotating back from short. I need to be careful not to just get tagged up by utility. You know, a flashbang hitting me, a smoke hitting me, yeah, I'm dead.
Yeah, that matters. When it usually is just like, oh, that's kind of nice, or oh, get away from me, smoke.
Like a mosquito bite versus a mosquito that sucks out all of your remaining blood. Careful.
A whole lot of nades, but not a whole lot of damage. CT nades, T nades as well. This is a half buy in from GODSENT, so they have that utility. A few more weapons as well, albeit it's mainly Deegs. And you can see Extra Solid taking that measured approach. I think that's really that discrepancy that you were highlighting, coming away from their opening Group B game. They were so confident against Triumph, going for peaks that they wouldn't normally do, and that's emphasized in this head-to-head because this is the team they are looking to beat within this group. It's one they identified at the start of the competition as the one to contend with, and they're putting up a pretty good fight. You know, we are seeing these closer rounds, a few crucial clutches. At the moment, it's not as though GODSENT have a firm read on the situation. Still hovering a player in CT spawn. A third player can make its way to B quite quickly, especially if nades trail over. Extra Soul are slowly working it, though. Walking into the site. Now Molotovs rain in, and Dumal's trying to hold them back.
JT, as he starts to move in onto the bomb site, has to be careful. There's still a lot of CTs here, and with this little time left, it can definitely go down. Phelps finding one is important, but they need more. Having lost out the player in the back of the bomb site means that it all comes down to Dumal, who's found one but can't back off successfully. So Taco and Barton will have a much harder time to scale up into the site itself. Post-spawn positions already adopted. Taco sees one in the back of the bomb site, but he can't isolate out the headshot. Yes, he can. Comes through big, and JT's low, so Sonic has to do it all. The time to flip, and JT's found but can't be adjusted upon. Barton still locked out. He's not had a great game so far, and it does seem like there's some of that hesitation coming into play. A smoke off to the side, and he's trying to look for the first kill versus Sonic. Gets some damage in, but not the kill. 10-10 equalized from Extra Salt.
Yeah, really feeling like they weren't coordinating between each other in that 2v2. Great job there from Extra Salt, constantly breaking down and rebuilding that crossfire in towards the coffin's position. But that's because they weren't getting pressured from anywhere else. You know, the fact that Dumal is trapped behind a smoke CT, just simply waiting things out while Taco is kind of fighting for his life, you know, trying to get his team back into the round. I think there was an opportunity for GODSENT to maybe overturn that, but it's good that Extra Salt remained composed. Even with a player that was low HP, sometimes that's where you see those fumblings, you know, not taking the peak that you should just because of that health scenario. And Extra Salt have done it. You know, they've bridged that gap coming into this half. They got the 5 straight. And now GODSENT are going to be feeling that pressure. This has snuck up on them. CT side not exactly treating them well. Not going to have an AWP either.
Yeah, that's
don't see them prioritize that really, but also not exactly the most amount of funds to afford it.
You're right, they don't prioritize it very often actually, but on Inferno, that's going to be a big problem.
Yeah.
especially with how slow Extra Salt are playing, it can be very good at picking apart a default where players are concentrated together, but still not in a position to quickly fast peek with flashes. Doubling up inside the bomb site, interesting from GODSENT, though. They avoid 3 grenades over the pit, and Taco's ready for this. He's got 1, makes it 2. They've kept this site completely under lock and key, and not a single player dies before the round is secured. Marky gets 1 later on shore, but realistically, that round was theirs already.
Yeah, they get stopped at the gate. Both Taco and Barden doubling up and just luring them into this meat grinder. They keep trailing in, trying to trade.
There were 3 grenades used for pit.
And there was nobody there, so it's all peachy there for GODSENT. And that's exactly what happened last time Extra Salt went towards that A bomb site. They actually started to funnel into that site and fall into that crossfire in one of the GODSENT low buys. But that was also a position where I think we saw Barden pull out a smoke as his teammate was fighting. So the crossfire isn't effective when you can't, shoot on the cross. So
no, I know the smoke was deadly to Sonic in 1 round, but that doesn't mean it's going to be every round.
Yeah. So I think maybe just having that discussion, like, I shouldn't have pulled out smoke there. Okay, learn that lesson. Now it's a push into this A side again, and it stays strong. It holds true, and Extra Salt just get completely slapped in the face as they go towards that A site.
Have you ever been slapped in the face, Michael, like in the past 5 years?
In the past, no. I
like,
have not offended anyone deeply enough.
Okay. It stings, man. Especially if like you wear glasses and it hits the glasses. Oh no. It's rough. Got some stories about that. But hey.
With every slap, a story.
Indeed, indeed. Even have a scar, actually, from a slap.
Oh, wow.
I think it might have healed a little bit more. But yeah, I'm telling you, it's some interesting times. But interesting times over here on banana. Is it a fruit? Is it a vegetable? We really do know the answer to that, but I'm trying to give something interesting about bananas.
High potassium.
Indeed. K. JT and company still locked outside of that B site, though. They're not ready to push in just yet. They've got a lot of flashes, but no more Molotovs, actually. So Lado's position could be very troubling because they have to manually clear out a lot of the bomb site itself. Lado's still docked away. He's not being pre-fired onto either. And now he's found the first, along with Duma, rather, who's taken away too. Lado, that's an M4A1 as well, so they're not going to have that awareness. He drops the bomb and Marky responds, but GODSENT, it's going to be another round in the bag unless Sonic can really activate his inner hedgehog. Nope.
Yeah, try and peek as you might. Phelps never let up, just holding that angle with a USP. Hey, some of the advantages of that M4A1S certainly played a part. It gets pretty hectic when you're going for these executes. So even though a couple of shots were thrown out over on that boost, yeah, Extra Salt, they didn't have that information because there was no secondary kill. They had to deal with Duma, who was right in their face as soon as they went into B. And now Extra Salt, in spite of them getting those first 5 rounds, suddenly GODSENT are getting a bit more under their belt. It was that secondary gun round that proved to be successful and working off the momentum. They're actually building up some nice cash as well here on the GODSENT side. Albeit contingent on them winning this round pretty well. And given the threats available here for Extra Salt, should be able to do so. But I say that, and Taco's gone instantly.
Are they moving in through the Molotov? Barden's going to get himself a bomb day. He's got 4, looking for more. It's an ace on the way. Marky, however, denies. Not giving him that confidence boost. Barden's not had a great game so far. An ace would have been nice for him to go forward with.
Where's the gun?
What do? I need an AK. There's 2 in front of me. It's okay. I've got my trusty P250. A nade comes my way. It doesn't matter. Yes, Marky has an internal monologue in these 1v2s, but the question still remains. He's got an AK now.
3 bullets.
He can isolate out this first duel. It needs a full headshot. He doesn't even need 3 bullets, Michael, because he doesn't shoot a single one of them.
Oh, that's a little awkward there for Marky. Certainly a winnable round, and I thought that was going to be one of the clean sheet rounds there for GODSENT to build up that catch. And instead, Taco Doesn't really put up much of a fight on the bomb side. It's really Barton that bails them out. Finding those 4 kills in the manner that he did was real crispy. Still required the B-side players to finish off the job, though. Maybe some signs of weakness. As much as we may love seeing OC on the AWP, not going to be afforded in this round. Molotov on Sonic. There's a fair amount of damage. Follow-up nade. Oh. A measly 2 damage instead. Okay.
Hey. That can be a lot. Okay.
Yeah, a little smooth move, I think, from Sonic to just like get around the corner.
JT in the meanwhile. It's very interesting how both these teams is like, you know what, Banana, this is a fruit, take it. Why not?
Yeah, it hasn't been heavy contest. I think Extra Salt on their CT side tried the first few rounds, and then they were just like, yeah, never mind. Let's just leave this alone.
Yeah, and they just got some nades in, some early GODSENT again, just some decent damage, but nothing really significant. And without the AWP, it's interesting to see the fact that you don't have the same sort of rotation power that an AWP can sometimes provide you, where, hey man, you just get a quick peek down mid. If you get a single kill, you back off. If you see no one, you back off. A flashbang's all you really need to do that 1 kill. At least that's what it seems like sometimes. Very late on the rotate back from Phelps, though. He is ready to commit to either bomb site. JT is hoping to sell the fake, but is there anyone who's going to buy? Phelps is he's window shopping, but now he's realized it's a scam. He's got to go through. There is a sale on the other aisle, and as they move in, Barton's going to try and protect. Taco's already down, and Barton's still trying to... Oh my goodness, Phelps has dropped the bomb. That means they don't have time. Even if he goes down over here, he's already won his team's round. There's no way for JT to get this one out. He has to move back and save the AK armor. Nothing to be gained here.
Yeah, low time on the execute, and they're beginning that rapid towards the arches. Everyone's so focused on finding that entry because of that ticking timer at the top of the screen. And so instead, Phelps just walks through and is able to get the backstab necessary for, the bomb just to be too far detached from anyone from Extra Salt. No recovery, no plan B, no plan C. Well, it was a minor resurgence, but now GODSENT seem in control. They've got a hero AK on JT, and that's instantly gone. One that saved over as a result of the lost round, so had to go for something. JT trying to instigate the action. Of course, recovered, and Fangs found a kill instead.
Very solid nade coming down from Lotto, but that's where, again, rotation back from Phelps into it. Another reason why, Extra Salt might not have been looking in towards that back. What? Okay. He just spammed in the corner through the smoke and gets another one. But another reason why Extra Salt might not have been watching for Phelps is because they're so fixated on the double crossfire inside the bomb site that GODSENT has gone for so many times over that's more what they're concerned about. So the comms are more fixated on that. So
yeah, they just wanted to get the entries to clear the site.
Where they've had so much trouble funneling through short, they're instead focusing on saying, okay, we're going to just wrap around from arches. So the protocol might be there, but because the comms are most likely so fixated on reminding them of the crossfire, instead, you forget about another key moment. Now, over here, Taco's position is going to be very important.
Cleared.
He's going to be clearing it. Bang gets an easy kill for himself. The Tech-9 at close range, straight to the head. And it's back to a 3v3 where maybe there shouldn't have been an opportunity for this whatsoever. Barton knows that there's likely to be one player over towards the Archer's side, and that's the one he wants to focus in on. But instead, settles for dropping the bomb and planting out and the Molotov to stop it from being planted in default. But a great trade from Marky, rather, is going to give him a weapon as well. Suddenly, a lot more risky. Phelps saw Marky, but doesn't register him. And that puts Lotto in this 1v2.
Solid stuff for Marky in this round, and these are hard positions to clear. Again, a crossfire for Lotto, a 1v2. It feels like we've been in this scenario before. Molotov in, Marky's burning. No smoke to deter that. But Marky swings out and finds the kill. 3 in the round, and this is off of a low buy here from Extra Salt. They only half commit into this round, and it is so separated there from the A-side defenders that, Extra Salt just slow work it, find themselves into more and more weapons, only for this A-side to be a massive vulnerability.
That's so big for Marky, but it is really Taco's positioning in the arches, Cubby, where you're wondering 35 seconds in, is this really the spot where you want to be? You know,
yeah, it's both of them, right? Like if you're gonna play that position, usually you want somebody in like the library position or maybe the arches, something that brings attention away. But they can just walk the arches and there's nobody there.
And it's a free weapon to pick up as well, most of all. So you're right. You rack up the weapons to a point where you're basically equalized, and then Phelps gets a bit unlucky, doesn't register the player that he sees from the corner. Maybe it's a 4-3 thing. I don't know. Aspect ratios confuse me.
It's just more that you're jumping on the hay bales. I think focus on the A site fights.
Yeah,
it was really, I think, just a good heads up play from Marky to have that, like, it's a small pixel peek angle from a distance.
Absolutely, you're completely correct about that. But
this just recoils the extra salt side, because that was the feeling like they had to have a miracle round at some point.
And there was enough damage dealt consistently that GODSENT weren't going to be feeling happy about their money regardless. So you lose out that one. Well, you don't have loss bonus for the next few either. So full eco in this. An AK saved might be taken back. Barden also gets a molly. So, and I'm sure Extra Salt are not going to be too eager to hunt that. Their money isn't great either. They're not in a fantastic position. But this next one, I feel like the next round, GODSENT's probably sitting on 1900 as well, loss bonus wise. So, ooh, Marky, careful now. Phelps ain't joking.
Yeah, I think that's enough to deter him. Yeah, Phelps, you see it on the cams, give him a little smile.
Like, oh, you eyeing me down?
Yeah, I scared him off.
Come at me. I dare you. I double dare you. Peek me. Well, maybe not. Yeah.
Some signs
Money's
of
good
life.
enough to buy at the very least,
Yeah, and some signs of life here for Extra Salt to come back into this one. They bridged the gap before. They can do it again. And with GODSENT's money not exactly being in the prettiest spot, this is a crucial gun round for the Brazilian squad, but also this North American hope, maybe fever dream.
Have GODSENT bought a single op this half?
No, I don't believe they have. Again, we did note before, like, they don't seem to really prioritize that op, and it's strange considering how much of a force OC is. He's been relatively uncontested, but he hasn't had the craziest of halves. This T-side hasn't been really a key focus for him.
Which, in all fairness, very forgivable. T-side Inferno, not the easiest to op on by any stretch of the imagination, but when there isn't an op on the CT side, you're right. Feels like that is an opportunity for him to, maybe shine more than he should be allowed to. Retake utility, and there goes Doom out. OC catches him jumping in. Lato wasn't able to keep an eye out as he was lining up for a flashbang, I believe. And OC's been able to get the timing. Phelps, at the very least, will find Marky on the lurk, so all is not lost yet. And with the double rotation over to B bomb site, they realize, okay, we might be overcommitting to B. Still have to be careful about this one. And there's good reason for that. Extra Salt are still angling the bomb over towards A.
Really grinding up the clock. Seen this be the enemy of Extra Salt. 35 seconds. They are setting their sights on short. They have a smoke, molly, double flash, so they can clear out the angles that are most problematic, but Phelps in a graveyard peaks before the utility.
And that graveyard is going to be a big point for them to contest. He manages to get 4 somehow. The grenade was bad enough, and then he just peeks out while being ignored. The players moving into the bomb site are expecting the players on short to be able to take care of him, but they're just fumbling around trying to back off from the grenade. 400 damage. Oh my god. An ace, actually. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I didn't quite clock it either. And I was about to say, Phelps is having a hell of a game. He was 27 kills when I really registered it in my mind. So I thought, adding 4 more to the tally, but he was a part of the action earlier on as well. Solid round there from Phelps. 31 kills in regulation, and only 1 more needed to tip GODSENT over the line. This being their map pick in this series, so they'll want this one under their belt. Ancient does await.
GODSENT need anything at this point. Let's not forget. Oh, the Extra Salt need anything. Let's not forget. GODSENT did take them the distance on Ancient last time these two teams played, so could very well be a 2-0 lining up. You never know. Well, but can't count maps before they're over. Inferno definitely could still have some mileage in it, but Extra Salt have to prove that they're the ones who can drive the car to the finish line. "55 seconds.
I do get nervous when Extra Soul are playing this slow.
Yeah. They're going to be venturing out Maki a little bit more aggressively into apartments where he's just been met by flames and fire. JT's left to lurk on B. He's held that position a few times over, but every time he makes noise, GODSENT are soon to make contact on the other bomb site. Barden, a great place to be, but is he going to actually be able to find the player? The timing's not working out for him. Has to be careful. Flashbang overhead, dodges it out, and he's got two. Bomb has been dropped as well. How could you possibly get back there? Phelps is there to back him up too. Taco now just waits for any sort of a jump down, and Aiden is repositioning. He's been found, but again, Bomb's just too far away. Barton's efforts have managed to get them so much, and Sonic, fancy footwork will take you far, but how far is the question? It can be planted. Sonic's defended. Back to a 2v2. Marky's now going to have to hold this crossfire. Lado coming in from short. Nade's been chucked out. Marky's still got time to pull out the gun, but it won't matter. Sonic now alone. Finds another. Needs it to make it two. It's such a big shot, but he can't make it happen. GODSENT will find themselves a 16. Find themselves a win on their own map pick.
Man, that is such a close round. And again, grinding out that timer. But